Okay. We're just going to end turn. Oh, I don't like what that looks. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. MC136. Decommissioned Custodian Unit to persist written incident report regarding events surrounding MC71. MC310. Positronic core replication is restricted to automated procedures. MC344. Airlock atmosphere to be pumped out for reuse prior to external opening. Okay, is it just our reactor went slagged and then other thing? Okay, I think that might have been it. Okay, so maybe it's not as bad as what I thought happened. Of just a whole bunch of stuff being broken. Okay. Good. Okay, now we just need to get navigation on and shields on. Power on. I will say, it's been kind of weird. We haven't run into a gravity well in a very long while. Power on. Why, Dreki, you know you can't power it on during an EMP storm. Also, Dreki, you want to overclock the engine now. I also like how I keep overclocking something and then it immediately breaks. Really love what that's doing to me. It's fantastic. It's so cool. We don't have enough parts. Reduces stress gain. Would be nice. But our priority is we need to remove this fault. We might convert one of the insanities to permanent just so we can get our stress to a malice 50. Okay, let's go look outside the big old window. Now that dang old dust cloud ain't out there anymore. Okay. Nothing good, nothing bad. Not too terrible. We need 6 machine parts. Oh, we need to take a couple turns to save up. Or I could dismantle some of these. Okay. Okay, next turn we should be able to counter that fault. End turn. As the uncountable cycles pass, you find yourself idling over questions of purpose. The ship can arbitrarily deny you access to fix the very systems you were meant to maintain. Real memories are so unreliable as to have you leaving notes for yourself. A bespoke design, yet flawed enough for your own designers to mistrust you. Yet flawed enough for your own designer. Oh, the memory core is testament to that. You came from the factory incomplete. You won't wallow in it. You are the custodian. And though you may not be a perfect machine, you are a machine. You can be fixed, maintained, improved, made whole. Who better to do that than you? Abort a story arc? Tut, tut, tut. Game, we are going all in. We can be modified. We can be improved. Begin a new you. You did not stumble into the world fumbling for meaning. You were built for a specific purpose, for which you will go to any length to fulfill. You cannot accept your designers made you flawed intentionally. Whatever their limitations were, you have the opportunity now to correct them. Recovering the memory core has given you that. Maybe this is what the note meant. Save me. Save me. Save yourself. From whatever errata flit around in your chassis. Your duty is to keep the ship intact, no matter the component, and you are part of the ship. Do you want to have an adventure? Do you want to repair the pod? Oh, great. Some of our systems are damaged. They're gonna be knocked out again anyway, so what's the point in repairing shields? And we'll fix the cryopod. Ah! Jaybird, no! Not again! It keeps happening! Okay, so we don't want this person to die. So we need to wait and re-roll. And since we're gonna be re-rolling, let's overclock our oops, I forgot that happened. Well, it's still happening. I'm just not there. Because that was this morning. That is already passed. Okay. Wait a minute. This area was no, I'm thinking this place down here. What is down there? Who is it? Let me in the other parts of this ship, damn it. How am I supposed to maintain this ship if I can't go everywhere? What are you hiding from me? I've seen things other custodians wouldn't believe. Fuck. A surge of technical inspiration has come to you recently, giving you a host of novel one-time ideas to try on the ship systems. While none of them are sustainable in the long term, for now, you should be able to overclock systems with ease. Ah, okay, so it absorbed the damage. Okay. We need speed, though. I gotta roll the dice again. Okay, good. We also need to remove this. Hey, notifications. Lovely. Okay, so now that we're not going into a dust cloud, it would actually be good to have shields on. We'll go ahead and repair. What are you hiding from me? You have no idea how many answers there are to that question. Tell me your secrets. Where's Harvey Dent? Okay. You You keep your secrets. Jeez, I was just asking. Fine, I'll go back. I'll go back to repairing the ship. Who put a commissar on this ship? Dreamer? Why aren't you in the cryopod? How much stress are we at? 17. All right. Ease into the endless dark. I got lost. How did you get lost and end up on a spaceship? You detect faint traces of radiation in the infrared spectrum. During analysis of this, your logic circuit encounters corrupt data. To recover it, you activate redundant circuitry. Ooh. Nice. I wish I knew that was happening so I could reveal the third fault. Maybe if I hadn't maxed out my stress, we would have been fine. Let's go ahead and Episkiji. MC14. Observation window accent lighting to be removed. MC114. Custodian unit is also addressable by custodian's positronic brain serial ID. You get an alert from one of these smaller lockers used for standard issue kits for passengers. Somehow, the locker spilled while you were offline. While cleaning up the mess, you come across two blankets. One, a tough utilitarian survival blanket, folded to the size of a postage stamp. The other, a comforter made of some kind of fuzzy fabric. The idea of coming online covered by something seems comforting somehow. Ship policy, of course, strictly forbids it. Survival blanket? Okay, we like both of them. Stop recurring event. Psychosis plus. Oh, it's a risk. You know what? We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. This is the risky run, y'all. We're rolling all the dice. We got dice that roll other dice. We got exploding dice. This is now a shadow run game. The comforter is definitely the softest thing you've ever seen, and also the most attractive. Got yellows, browns, and reds patched together in loving crisscrosses that make you think of all the worries it will catch and bind up for you. Your programming howls many fouls at your flagrant violation of procedure, but as you lay the blanket over your cradle, you see how immediately ready it is to cocoon you at the end of your next cycle. It would be wrong on a very fundamental level to not let it do so. Wait. Okay. It's not too bad. We do need to repair pod 1. Wait, Barrett Klein. All right, Barrett Klein was one of our malices, so we can counter this now. The redundant CPUs powering your new... Okay, so... The consensus algorithm built into your code resolves the issues with simple voting mechanisms. Lately, however, that's become problematic, as your CPUs are now in open revolt, arguing with each other and bickering about the state of reality. One CPU asserts you are healthy. Another asserts you are on the verge of total incapacitation. Yet another is singing a jaunty tune. Oh no, they let the bards into the processor! This problematic disruption will make assessing the state of reality increasingly difficult until a sufficient number of reboots fixes the issue. Wake me up inside! Roll against reliability to avoid gaining another insanity. I see. All right, I'll take that gamble. Looking down at your chassis, something is amiss, but doesn't quite feel like it. You feel like yourself, but looking down at the actuators. Oh, we become a door again! This would have been a good one as well to take, but obviously we didn't see it. Chat, do I look fat as a door? Be honest with me. Okay. Can I... Well, that person's gone, so I can take the parts from this one to repair the other. Easy. Strange that it doesn't have a different sprite when it's sabotaged and empty. Okay, what else is fucked? All right, yeah, we know command is fucked. We have radiation coming up. I wish I could have revealed the third fault and then made this psychosis permanent. That would have been a good 1-2. Alas, we got by the order of operations. Right. Observation is glitched. Let's skip looking outside. We'll go ahead and turn. We don't have parts to repair these things. Well, shoot. There's no cleanups. So... Alright, I guess we'll just end our turn. MC331. Custodian unit is required to simulate random probability by including entropy from external atmospheric sources. Okay. As the ship itself degrades, power supply to the replicator has become unreliable, resulting in significant delays to manufacturing. Until automated repairers can replace conduits you cannot access, all module assembly times will be increased. While this is not technically permanent, it is all but permanent relative to your chassis use by date. Troubleshooting your own design won't be easy. Introspection never is. The replicator is an ideal start, as it is capable of manufacturing components compatible with your chassis. You don't need it to make much. A diagnostic tool, for instance, while not anything you have schematics for, could tell you much about an underlying issue. A short detour from your duties will set you back a bit, but the benefits from analyzing your own performance could make up for it later. Ah, shit! Do I need to use the replicator to make something right when everything's gonna take one extra turn to make? I feel like I shot myself in my own foot here. Which is especially awkward because as a snake, I only have 1 foot. Why is everything fucking broken? Did I miss something? Investigate, yes, replicator. Hours of reviewing diagnostic routines and thousands of schematics prove you fruitless. The replicator restricting anything not related specifically to your duties. Slight modifications to existing templates, however, are allowed. A crufty old schematic called Administrator Protocols stands out, intended to bypass safety features on the replicator's output. It isn't functional now, but a little time, you might be able to rewrite it so it gives you unrestricted access to the replicator. Pocket that idea, but for now you must return to work. I can replicate another arm, perhaps. Ooh, that would be handy. Okay. We need to get observation fixed, so bad outcomes go back to normal probability. Oh, maybe because we're so far, because we're behind the line, we're having so much penalties. Go ahead and repair. Good. Oh, it's so much stress. You know what? We'll go ahead and reveal it. And then we're gonna really work to burn that stress off. We don't want to overclock it. We want to open the window. Weird. Skittle Dragon, hello. I hope you're doing well. Gaze into the endless dark. Well, initially just avoid. You eventually detect energy in the visual spectrum. While processing this outcome, your CPU is forced to reboot due to errors. To compensate, you consider an emergency shutdown, but instead perform a soft reboot. Okay. Removed a chunk of fatigue. That's going to help us by giving us a stress reduction. What is the thing we revealed? Doors open and close randomly. That's not bad. We might let that one happen as well. I feel somewhat tired, but under pressure. I'm centered. Those passengers remain alive, but the ship is in good condition. MC224 Custodian Unit is not entitled to time for personal development. Okay, rude. Ooh. Command broken. Well, that's inconvenient. Okay, we do have EMP. Let's put that on. We should be catching up to our situation. I'm gonna go ahead and overclock navigation so we can get a little bit more distance because we have a good bit to make up. We need to rebuild a parts stockpile. So I don't want to really repair anything. I don't want to overclock too many things because every time we overclock something, it increases the odds something loses the overclock. Go ahead and look outside the window for a bit of stress reduction. Actually. Oh, right. The doors just open and close. That's fine. We'll let that happen, actually. Gaze into the endless dark. I Hey, Dracus. Welcome on by. While initially just a void, you eventually detect energy in the infrared spectrum. During analysis of this, your logic circuit is interrupted by an EMP surge. To reroute the calls, you temporarily pause processing, wait for your cache to flush, and retry. Nice. Okay. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Fancy model. Thanks. This was made by the wonderful Sapphire, Art and Rigged. He also made my normal Weir model. But I am just feeling particularly silly today, so I thought I'd bust this out. This can also bust a move. Boing. Or boing. Weep. Oh, right. It just does a glitch. Boing. How do I... There we go. I broke myself. Silly worm on her. Yeah. Well, it's worm with a Y, because I'm a draconic serpent, so I just it's a pun. It's funny, dang it. I swear it's funny. Might as well repair this. Oh, we need 2 parts? We're gonna free repair. And then we'll just end turn. Commit log and power down. MC-109. Custodian unit is prohibited from defaming the ship intelligence. MC-8. Thawing chamber use is prohibited. MC-409. Custodian chassis is to be considered unrecognizable if it deviates more than 6.3% from blueprint. It's been a long while. Kind of dig into other RPG systems these days. Don't really play too much. Not a lot of time. During a rundown of the ship's support systems, a thought strikes you. The ship's climate control is currently set to what the humans clearly thought was a standard 20 Celsius, but that is only standard for the sleeping passengers. The engine kicks off quite a bit of heat. If you relax the climate norms, you might be able to free up some power. However, this could cause some computer failures. Replicator in particular is already running a little hot. 10% chance to damage a pod? Damn. Okay, but like, I don't need extra power. I'm not sure if having extra power is doing anything. Ooh, chance to get a machine part. Don't mind if I do. The thought is a good one, but you look at it from the opposite direction. What if you made things colder? Could that be helpful? As you turn it over in your head, you realize that it could. The main replicator has a fistful of simpler ancillary systems that handle making small or simple parts. If you were able to provide better cooling to them, they might produce enough that you can make an improvised replacement for the constant stream of bad, worn out, and faulty parts that the ship produces. The more you think on it, the more you like it. You'll lose some power capacity, but it will definitely be worth it if you can keep the ship going that much longer. Guess it's a small typo. I think faulty works better than fault. Bad, worn out, and faulty parts. Got it. Do you smell what your bed is cooking? You come online to a curiously sour sight. You're covered in carbonized scraps. A harsh wave of panic seizes you, not just from the unknown substances, but also because you don't see your favorite blanket. It takes you an extra second to put the pieces together. The scraps and soot are almost certainly what is left of your comforter. A quick check of the ship's video logs confirms as much. Somehow, an edge of your comforter caught fire during your recharge cycle, and the fluffy sheet burned merrily while still on top of you. Apparently, the temperature sensors never thought the environment was hazardous to you, so nothing thought to wake you up. Your diagnostics confirm you are unharmed. That does not make you feel any better about watching your own funeral pyre. Oh boy! +10 psychoses. Recurring -10 stress ends. Oh, damn. Link layer. After a few million simulations, you've rewritten admin protocols to bypass safety measures on the replicator. Perhaps coincidentally, the command module uses the same protocols. The note you wrote to yourself comes back to haunt you. You found no record within the limited archives you're allowed to explore, but with higher access to the command module, you could study old log entries for clues as to where your design defect is. But first, you need to manufacture your new tool. I will call it Override Protocols. Okay, well, we need to repair the engine, number 1. Number 2, I need to put on my radiation hardening before I forget. Ooh, gravitational anomaly. I did mention we haven't seen one in a while. Okay, let's get the engine overclocked. We can't have navigation speed boost. We got some stinky smells over here to clean. Get that gone. Sheesh. I don't even have an olfactory processor, and I can tell that thing was nasty. Oh, extra power increases our overclock odds. That's good to know. All right. Now, how many spare parts do we need for that module? Four parts, I see. That would be dipping into the last of our reserves. I think we need to overclock the replicator. Fuck! I knew it was like 70% chance, but those XCOM odds got us. All right, we're not gonna risk it again. We'll dismantle 1. That's XCOM, baby. 95%, more like 5%. Am I right? All right, we will EB Skiji, and then we will make it next turn. You know what? Since it's already going to zero out our stress, we might as well get a little more stress. No! Dismantle it. Save us a bit of resources next turn. MC 3, 2, 4. Passenger supplies are not to be appropriated by custodian unit for any reason. MC3, 7, 2. High energy conduit collections must have lockout procedure for maintenance procedures. Head in the clouds. Oh, to be Annie, free from flaw and burden. To be one with yourself, to know yourself, to not know yourself, to know only yourself, to know. Just so tiring, you see. Introspection is dangerous and pointless. I am flawless. Your psychosis meter always appears completely full. Huh. The overclocked ancillary replicators have produced an impressive amount of scrap. You fashion it into a crude machine part. Certainly not up to industrial code, but nothing on this ship is at this point. I'll have to write you up for it. Okay. So I have to actually look at this page to get our current psychosis. Noted. Interesting. Okay, we need to overclock while this is at 100% odds. Okay, and then we need to start building the override protocols. Which is it 3 turns with our +1 turn malice, or 3 turns after our malice? Oh my god, you're one? Yeah, I'm a worm on a string! Just with a Y. I think it was a clever pawn. I'm the streamer, so I get to choose what's correct! That's how it works here. All right. A dust cloud would fuck up our overclock. Let's adjust our course down. Actually, if we go down twice, we'll have an open zone, which is even better. Unfortunately, we're gonna have a wall of dust clouds. Need to repair this door, and then we can clean the leak in observation and look out. I hope you're doing well today, Drac. Clean this hazard, wave hi to my shadow, open the window, and perceive the great dark outside. I will cry if we get another -1 distance. We are just about to catch up. To compensate, you consider leaping through the window, but instead just touch it gently. All right, that's not too bad. Oh, that was minus stress. I thought that was minus fatigue. Never mind. Well, we were probably gonna zero out stress anyway, so. Let us go ahead and end our turn. How much snake? Doing all right. Love your model and love your snake. Aw, thank you. It certainly is fun being a noodly entity. MC104. Custodian unit may not secede from the governance system of its level. My consensus protocols, they're staging a revolution. They're guillotining the monarchy. Viva la revolution! No gods, no kings! The cult of rationality rules this Jesse! MC354. Corridor surveillance cameras to be operational at all times. MC118. Custodian unit is prohibited from attempting poetry. You read the MCs carefully, you can get a pretty good idea of what was going on at the time. Well, they're all popsicles, so they don't get a vote. They all abstain. Ooh, we get more scrap. Good, good. Repair the breaker. Repair shields. Good thing we were getting those extra parts. We are certainly needing them. Okay, we've got a leak in the reactor. That's not good. Go ahead and clean that up. You know, when we fired the incinerator, I never did check to see if anything came out. Nope, nothing. Wire flames! Hello! Hello, hello. I'ma take a bite. I'ma take a bite. I'ma take a bite. I'ma take a bite. All right. I'll let you have just a bit of a nibble, okay? But a full bite will fill you up, okay? Don't ruin your dinner appetite. Hello, hello, everyone coming over from Flames? Yes. If you forgot to follow Wire, let me make it easy for you to fix that problem. I press a button. Now all you have to do is press a button. Wire, I see you're doing art. Were you doing some more 3D work on your new model, perhaps? I hope that went well. If you got a raid and run, that's no scale off my tail. I appreciate you bringing your people on by. But at the very least, I implore you, stand up, leave a piss, take a water, wiggle around, you know, maybe like grab your water from someplace different than you piss. Like, I prefer the cool, refreshing, like filtered stuff, you know, but you do you, I guess. I'm sure you're an adult. You should be an adult if you're around here. Friend commissioning for 2D piece. Ooh, nice, nice. I hope that was coming on well. And welcome on by new peoples. Crazy Mike and Puzzle Drone. I am Dreki Draconic Serpent, Flatless Dragon, or simply Worm on the internet. Today I was feeling a bit silly, so I'm in my Worm on a string model form, what have you. I can do this. Boing. I can also unfold myself and be like an actual proper worm on a string, and I could just wiggle around. And then there's a bugged one that I put together that does... Wait, not that. Which button is it? I think it's this one. Boing, shoop. It's very silly. I don't use this model often enough. It's very well made, in my opinion. Let's open the window and gaze at the endless dark. Surely nothing bad could happen. We could take off our radiation hardening. Gazing. 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 Actually. No, yeah, gaze. I was thinking about hardening the engines, but we don't have any spare parts. Staring into the abyss. You detect absolutely nothing, not even in the visual spectrum. During analysis of this, your logic circuit is rerouted due to excess heat. Because of this, you activate redundant circuitry. Oh, hey, we got machine parts and an insanity. Click of death? Oh no. Normally, your log entries are written by two different controller units, verifying integrity. A burst of corrupted data coming from your overly anxious neural net has overloaded both of them, causing them to go into a spin lock. You'll have to write log entries without protection now, susceptible to corruption. Confirm by click of death. All log entries have a 50% chance of being corrupted. Interesting. Well, we don't have any stress to lose, so we'll just take that. I don't know what that's going to do to me. But I can go and harden the engine now. Make sure it doesn't get disabled. Okay. All right. All right. Doing good. Doing good. We are finally going to make it ahead of the tension meter, I believe. Hopefully things start becoming smooth sailing. End turn. All right. Oh no! Something happened! MC45. Custodian unit is prohibited from creating unapproved subroutine manufacture schema. Data corrupted, data corrupted, data corrupted. Oh, lovely. The walls are closing in. The breakdown of your neural net is proceeding at a rapid pace. You're quickly on track to a total shutdown, but it's not too late. With a quick ad hoc modification to your code, you could buy yourself more time. Immune to new insanity for 2 turns. That would be interesting to take that and then immediately cancel the other ship fault, nullifying the immunities. But I want to keep my inspiration. Uh-oh. Obsolete machinery. It's time to clean out and inventory the various part lockers on the ship. You viscerally hate this task. Even by custodian standards, it's mind-numbing. Part of that is the fact that the ship is temperamental about accepting the stock reports you send to it, so you frequently find yourself waiting idly for a response you require in order to continue. This time, however, the constant annoyance-soaked anxiety is interrupted by you realizing that a small but substantial number of minor mechanisms have passed their expiration time. It's not technically a procedure, but when you consider recycling them into usable machine parts, programming does not protest. Oh, because it's gonna end the turn and cryo is offline. I see. I would love to get all those machine parts if cryo didn't decide to shit the bed. Okay. I'm unclear on this. If this means for the next 3 turns, I get plus 15 stress and plus 2 machine parts. It feels like that's what it's saying, because I think that's a comma. And usually one-time machine parts are in its own little highlighted section like that. Okay. I'm not doing bad on stress, and we do need a lot of machine parts for repairs. But this does go with our own protocols, which can help increase reliability. I need the machine parts really bad. You think about diving into the project, then think twice. There's actually a lot of stuff here. Most of it will need some level of ingenuity to bring it up to a usable standard. Even once you manage that, there still won't be any saving the product's looks. You earmark some time at the end of each shift to tackle the problem, keenly aware that it will likely eat into the only piece you have in this drifting cage. Too cool as a rule. The coolant systems have been working really hard the last few mission cycles. They're starting to crack under the pressure. Literally, a few fan blades have cracked and shorn off. Definitely more in store if you keep the cooling working as hard as you have. You decide to restore the climate controls to factory defaults before you cause a real catastrophe. Nice, nice. All right, everything is fucked. Okay, where's the thing to clean? Is it up here? Okay. So let's see. Let's fix observation so that we don't have increased bad event chance. Then we will go and repair cryo. Clean the leak in the replicator. Good stuff. Uh-huh. Oh, I don't think we have enough parts for everything. Oh, we just need to toggle the power on. Okay, that's good. Repair. Wait, why is this purple? And we're at 28. I don't see anything going on. That's strange. That is shields. I need to go to navigation. No, do not sabotage the breaker. Don't dispose of the breaker. Repair the breaker. Wait, no. I needed to repair navigate. Oh, I need more parts! Fuck. This is frustrating. Hazard evasion is 5% until repaired. Fuck. We need to go to the next day. Oh, that's why we're at 20. Okay. That's why reliability is purple. Snarf. Should have left it powered off while I worked on other things then. Alright, we're just gonna have to end turn and hope we don't get fucked. Yeah. Commit log and power down. MC240. Unit Annie 1 Alpha required to incorporate firmware update for Echo Foxtrot 42 Delta 04. MC209. Power tool storage floor shall be constructed of an impenetrable material that resists acid corrosion. MC128. Custodian unit is not required to perform external engine maintenance. Aw, but what if I want to go flying in space? Oh boy, door phobia. Constant squeal of failing metal surrounds you as problematic, but often enough you can tune it out. Lately, however, it's getting closer. Too close, even. Almost as if it's right behind you. Metal doesn't move on its own, it's just a case. Not like you with your perfect immortal robo-brain. There's definitely no way that a door is achieved sapience that is now stalking you around the ship. Definitely. Autoportophobia. No, we're being haunted by a door again, chat! Okay, we need to fix pod 3. And then all the other things being fixed. Repair. And Diddy Bird. Favorite part about Somato's writing on these insanities is that when we have a door insanity and Annie chooses to make it permanent. Usually quotes a lyric from theirs. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty great. Fortunately, I've somehow managed to be doing well with managing my stress. So it's staying pretty low considering my usual run situation. All right, this is the dust cloud wall. There is fuck all we can do about it. We're just gonna have to eat it. But we now have the override protocols. Override system lock. Glitch target system. Open locked doors. Hack the replicator. I'll hack the command module first. Just in case it might break the replicator. The replicator is currently overclocked, and I kinda want more parts. Okay, do I know? I'm a worm on a string. I am majestic. Praise me. Okay. Two stuck doors and shields. That's fine. All right, we might be able to start caching a bunch of bonus machine parts, which is good. What's going on with command? Ah, it's glitched. I see. Well, in that case, we do not want to hack it. We are going to end our turn. MC3-9-1. Engine access panels are to be secured with corrosion-resistant bolts. MC1-5. Observation window demolition scheduled for future cycle. MC4-6. Subroutine manufacturing may only be initiated for usage by custodian unit. Reduction in force. Oh no, we're getting rift! It is one thing to be incompetent. It is another thing altogether to be useless by design. This isn't a concept you're familiar with, of course, but this isn't true for the passengers. Of all the jobs they might have on the colony, you can find no valid use case for the pointless role of referee. And even a real job. Further, by allowing such make work to exist, you could threaten the survivability of the colony at large. Cannot stand for this. You will not stand for this. A new boss is in town. They're ready to promote some colonists to a new job. Corpse. Time to deliver their severance package. Gain 2 psychosis at the end of each turn if any referees are still alive. Huh. This would be funny if we had like multiple people of the same job too. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we are here. 1, 2. Okay, let me just count the squares. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll add 1 for every red cloud. So 13, 14. I think I can dodge it by going to the top and then back down to the bottom and then back up to the top. I think I could dodge the rest of these red clouds. So we'll say 16. So times 2, 32 is a minimum ballpark. Right now our psychosis is at 29, I believe. So that's only going to put us in the 60s. All right. So we are going to hold on to the Oh, it's only there for 4 turns. Never mind. Yeah, we'll eat that. I thought it was permanent until we spaced all the referees. Okay, that's not as bad. Okay, we need to repair. I mean, you can do that. It's not required. Yeah. Who cryogenically froze an elephant? Huh? How'd that get on here? What's going on? This is a spaceship, not a zoo. Take it, Dreamer. Might want to address the elephant in the room. Look, the elephant knows what it did, okay? And it needs to apologize to me first, and then we can have a conversation about the incident. Aw, even though it was hardened, I still lost overclocking on my engine. Okay, we can then instead overclock navigation. It looks like our replicator lost overclock, so we'll go ahead and hack it. Fuck you! That was like an 80 or 90%. Overclock. You're being followed by a door. What? Where? Where's the door? I don't know, John Nather. I didn't see any doors. Very suspicious. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. I'm perfectly sane. I know exactly what's going on. You're rolling a door after me, aren't you? Huh? Huh? What are you doing? Huh? Also, why is VTube Studio lacking? Lagging? Do I need to reboot you? You know, VTube Studio. VTube Studio, are you being haunted by doors? Is that what you're freaking out about? Let's not forget to repair that pod. That would be awkward if we accidentally someone because of that. Don't you know, Dreki? If it's not 100%, it's 50%. That is true. XCOM has certainly taught me that probabilities are lies. I really wish we could get ahead of the tension wall. Yeah, I don't think we'll get far enough to get past that. We'll wait until tomorrow. We'll move up twice, and we should be out of the dust clouds for the rest of the zones. Replicator. There you are. I want to hack you. I'm a hacker woman. Jacking into the mainframe. Gotta get that big iron. Gotta get in that Gibson. With your override protocols installed and a piece of custom code ready to inject, you dig deeper. Override protocols. Inject new code. There's no way this can go wrong. Hack the planet! They're trashing our rights! Trashing our rights! Bypassing the replicator security, you find the code barring you from making novel components. That code is much newer than you expected, as a signature matching your own. Additionally, that modification was made shortly after a non-standard component was made. A long steel bar. Removing that code proves to be impossible, requiring a signature key that you don't remember. Till you recover it, the code remains in place. That may be secondary to your discovery. Why would you instruct a replicator to make you a pry bar? I don't mean to pry, Annie, but why did you want to make that bar? All right, Command, I'm hacking in. Inject. The command module proves stubborn at first. But eventually, you are able to overflow an input buffer. The sheer volume of log archives is unimaginable. Your CPU unable to sort it in a meaningful fashion, but you do find some more recent entries of note. A set of telemetry from some cycles past indicate two things. The replicator was modified. Shortly thereafter, a security door on the main deck was replaced. Is that the door that's chasing us? Is it trying to box us in? Seal us into one of these compartments? Where is it? Where's the door? Okay. We do not need the module anymore. Let's see. Let's make the consensus protocols. That would be very helpful. Okay, you have a very important to say. What is it, Celeste? It must be very important if you're saying it. And I think we will then EB Skeegees into the charging cradle. Commit log and power down. I feel like I'm about to power down, but breezy. I'm confident. Only a few passengers have been disposed of, but nothing unusual is happening on the ship. What was that sound effect? Oh, that's eerie. MC393. Electrical insulation must provide impedance of at least 10 times higher than custodian unit chassis. I value being around you makes me happy because you're a good example of influence. Aw, Celeste. Thank you. I'm just a silly worm doing silly things, but it is nice to hear that just trying to put out good stuff in the world is having a positive impact on people. I really appreciate it. And take care of you, Goober. You're also really cool. There's a lot of great people I've met because of you, and always hanging out and playing games is a grand old time when you're around. Mini asteroid. Oh no. A proximity alarm blares with no preamble. An extreme rarity. In response, your CPU maxes out its internal frame rate, letting you search your entire knowledge base in nanoseconds. Unfortunately, there's only one likely result for this situation. A previously inert asteroid has picked up a lot of energy very quickly. It is now on a direct collision course with the ship. You have only instants to respond. Random damage twice. Emergency burn the engine. Annie dislikes this decision. We have the parts to repair it. It's not overclocked. And it gets us distance. We're actually going to take this. Fast escape, furious engine. Time to drift in space. Well, actually, you're kind of always drifting in space. So I guess drifting is even easier in space. The engine roars in protest as you redline it from cruising pace. The asteroid sails into your wash and evaporates in the superheated jet of exhaust. On the upside, the residual momentum from this burn is going to get you pretty far ahead. Of course, there's no telling how many odds and ends you just blew. The pile of scrap you resolved to work through cycles ago has finally run dry. You're not the least bit sad to see the project done. You increasingly came to regard the task as something akin to using a crowbar to replace light bulbs. Once again, it becomes clear why procedure was written that way, the way it was written. The lesson is coupled with another stinging reminder that programming is not always right. Watch this sick drift! Proceeds to just do space flight. Exactly. How's our psychosis? 30. Not bad. Not bad. A lot of yellow all over the place. Like to get a handle on that shit. Okay, so this is good. Get our EMP shields on. Repair this engine. Repair observation. And then we should be pretty good to go. Aw, someone made a mess in here. Who's doing this? Disgusting. Okay, observation's glitched, but it's just a scramble, so that's no big deal. Open the window. Take a look outside. Then open the window. Ah, it's a dust storm. Damn it, Dreki. I wasn't thinking. Okay, the replicator also has a leak. And we need to repair the pod. Navigation is overclocked, so we are good on that. Cool. Repair. How are we doing over here? Focused, fire and ice. Scatter and illusion. Alright, that's the thing we took. Increases +1 power. Sentimental. Oh, so the previous story arcs, even though we're playing different characters, still are imparting effects. Good to know. Okay. You share the memory core. I see. Okay. Interesting. Also, wait a minute. Speaking, it got double glitched. Now it's glitched again. Is glitch supposed to be a % chance to scramble, or isn't it supposed to be always scrambled? That's the first time I've seen a glitched HUD not be scrambled sometimes. I mean, it is a cosmetic thing, but like, interesting. We only have one part, so we're just gonna EB Skeegees. Commit the log and power down.